Karasu. Karasu is the first puppet introduced to the audience through the character Kankuro. It is the puppet Kankuro usually hides under the bandages on his back, positioned so he can quickly draw and use it in battle. In appearance, Karasu has a rather peculiar design with 3 eyes and 4 arms. Despite its strange look, Karasu has an impressive ability to disguise itself as a regular person. Kankuro cleverly used this puppet to impersonate a proctor during the written exam of the Chunin Exams. Another time, through the body replacement technique, Kankuro swapped places with Karasu, effectively deceiving his opponent in a one-on-one battle. In terms of combat abilities, Karasu is designed as an offensive puppet, equipped with numerous weapons, all laced with poison. In fact, this is a common trait of almost all puppets in Naruto. Each one is like a walking arsenal. Just by looking at the battle between Shino and Kankuro, you get a glimpse of the arsenal Kankuro has installed in his puppet. There are kunai, scythes, needles like senbon, and even poisonous smoke bombs, all placed in any spot you can imagine. This creates surprise attacks that catch opponents off guard. Every time Karasu launches an attack with one of its weapons, you'll be thinking, "Oh, another one?" Yeah, I'm sure you'll be like that. In addition to its weapons, Karasu is equipped with a camera installed in one of its eyes. Kankuro cleverly used this feature to gather information during the written part of the Chunin Exams. Beyond its offensive abilities, Karasu can also work in tandem with Kuroari, another puppet in Kankuro's collection, to execute deadly combo attacks. However, compared to more complex puppets featured later in this video, Karasu is better suited for solo battles. Just a moment, I want to thank everyone who has supported us all this time. We're aiming for 10,000 subs, and we need your support. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We know there's always room for improvement, so your feedback means a lot to us. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to comment below. Thanks so much again. Next, Kuroari. Kuroari is another puppet used by Kankuro. Like Karasu, it has a strange appearance, but with a much longer head, resembling a horse's face. Its body is quite large, similar to a barrel, designed specifically for capturing and restraining opponents. When used together with Karasu, this duo can unleash deadly combo attacks. Kuroari traps the opponent inside its body, locking them in and restricting their movements, while Karasu uses its sharp blades to stab the opponent through the openings in Kuroari's body. Yes, Kankuro used this technique on Seikon and Ukon, delivering a painful end to one of the Sound Four. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, Kankuro revealed that he possessed 2 Kuroari puppets and used them both to simultaneously trap Sasori and Deidara. Sanshouo. Sanshouo is a defensive puppet created by Sasori and later passed down to Kankuro. In terms of defense, Sanshouo is equipped with a multi-layered defense system. Its hollow body can shelter Kankuro and up to 2 other people, providing safe protection from attacks coming from all directions. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, Sanshouo was used to trap Shin, Sai's brother. As you know, when a soul is summoned with Edo Tensei, they have an immortal body. Taking advantage of this, Deidara planted a bomb inside Shin's body and detonated it while Shin was trapped. As a result, the puppet was destroyed by Deidara's clay bomb, but it successfully contained most of the explosion's force. Hiruko. Hiruko is a special puppet used by Sasori, a puppet master and member of the Akatsuki organization. Unlike regular puppets, Hiruko isn't just designed for attacking. It also serves as a protective armor for Sasori. With this design, Sasori can hide inside Hiruko, turning it into the perfect tool for both offense and defense. According to Chio, Hiruko is one of Sasori's favorite puppets, showing his special attachment to it. Sasori often dressed Hiruko in the signature Akatsuki cloak, making the puppet so closely associated with him that many only recognize Sasori when he's wearing Hiruko. Like all other puppets, Hiruko is equipped with various weapons, senbon launchers in its mouth, a hard shell on its back for enhanced defense, and an arm that can shoot out and fire senbon in all directions. All of Hiruko's weapons are coated with Sasori's special poison, which causes victims to suffer 3 days of agonizing paralysis before death. Sasori took great pride in this poison. Notably, Hiruko has an extendable iron tail with a sharp blade at the end, resembling a scorpion's tail. Sasori used this tail to grab Kankuro's puppet, preventing it from reaching Deidara, and to block Naruto's shuriken, showing its versatility. Even though Hiruko was ultimately smashed by Sakura and didn't play a significant role in the fight between Sasori, Sakura, and Chiyo, it still stands as a prime example of Sasori's puppet craftsmanship. Third kazekage. This special human puppet was created by Sasori from the body of the third kazekage of the Hidden Sand Village. Yes, he killed the third kazekage, who was considered the strongest kage among all the kages of the Sand Village. To accomplish this, Sasori put in a lot of effort, which is why this puppet became his favorite. Turning the third kazekage into a puppet not only gave Sasori a powerful weapon, but also allowed him to use the abilities that the kazekage had while he was alive, including the magnet release Keke Genkai. Sasori could control iron sand and shape it into any weapon he wanted. In addition, Sasori installed many types of weapons into this puppet's body, such as kunai, poisonous smoke bombs, senbon, blades, and many other things, all coated with his special poison. What makes this puppet even more terrifying is that Sasori also coated the iron sand with this poison, which has an extremely wide coverage. This made the puppet a true nightmare on the battlefield. In the battle between Sasori, Sakura, and Chiyo, this puppet caused quite a lot of trouble for his two opponents. It even managed to disable Chiyo's two parent puppets and cripple one of her arms by having the iron sand invade the joints of those puppets and her arm. Unfortunately, in a moment of underestimating his opponents and becoming careless, Sasori brought the puppet too close to Sakura without being cautious, and the puppet was destroyed when Sakura punched it. Father and Mother. Father and Mother are the first two puppets that Sasori created, modeled after the appearance of his biological parents, who were killed by Tsukumo Hatake, the White Fang of the Hidden Leaf, during a battle. These puppets not only carry strength, but also the tragic history of their creator. Losing his parents at a young age, Sasori was haunted by loneliness and a longing for family love throughout his life. When his grandmother, Chiyo, taught him the art of puppet manipulation, hoping to ease his sorrow, Sasori created the father and mother puppets, trying to recreate the love he desperately craved. However, these soulless puppets could not fill the void, and Sasori eventually abandoned them when he left Tsunagakure. After he left, Chiyo kept the two puppets and upgraded them for combat. Initially, Sasori did not equip them with any weapons or fighting capabilities. However, after he abandoned them, Chiyo made a series of improvements, including adding weapons so they could be used in battle. These two puppets were equipped with chakra shields in their arms and sharp-cutting wires between their fingers to create lethal cuts. The mother puppet wields a serrated katana, while the father puppet uses a segmented wooden whip, equipped with kunai blades. Despite these upgrades, Sasori easily neutralized both with the iron sand from the third kazekage puppet. In the end, when the kazekage puppet was destroyed and the iron sand was no longer an obstacle, Chiyo used the two puppets to end Sasori's life. In a position resembling an embrace, the first two puppets he ever created were also the ones that brought his life to its conclusion. In reality, he fully accepted this fate. Perhaps he had suffered and awaited this moment for a long time. When Sasori's soul was summoned through the impure world reincarnation, he realized that his legacies had somehow granted him immortality. His creations were fully embraced. Sasori passed on the mother and father puppets to Kankuro, advising him to pass them down to the next generation. Sasori. Chiyo turned one of her arms into a puppet arm, while Sasori turned almost his entire body into a puppet. Inside Sasori's stomach, there was a thick cable coiled around a column with a sharp tip, which could be used like a tail to attack and retract when necessary. This cable was coated with Sasori's poison, and while it resembled Hiruko's tail, its reach was much greater. On the back of Sasori's hips, there were 2 columns, each equipped with 5 large blades that could rotate like propellers. Anything that came into contact with them could be sliced apart. Sasori had pipes running through each of his arms, capable of releasing strong fire or powerful water blasts. On his back, Sasori had a holder that carried 4 rolls of paper, which seemed to store his resources, one of which was used to store his puppets. However, not all of Sasori's body was a puppet. Sasori kept his living core in the left side of his chest, where a human heart would be. This was the crucial point that kept him alive. When Sasori was still alive, his living core maintained the connection between his puppet body and its joints through chakra threads. Therefore, if attacked with great force, the parts of the puppet would separate, absorbing the impact and avoiding real damage. Afterward, he could reconnect the joints, making it extremely difficult to destroy the puppet. However, when this core died, Sasori's life came to an end. Later, when Sasori was summoned during the Fourth Ninja War with an indestructible body and was manipulated by Kabuto, he believed that this new body was truly immortal and that he had become a real puppet. In the end, Sasori's puppet was retrieved by Kankuro and became part of his collection. This is perhaps the strongest legacy of the once great master of puppetry, the Chikamatsu collection of 10 puppets. The Chikamatsu collection of 10 puppets was created by the great puppet master Monzaemon Chikamatsu, and later came into the hands of Chiyo, who used them to gain immense fame. According to Sasori, these puppets possess incredible power, with each capable of destroying an entire castle. They have terrifying strength in various fields, such as taijutsu, ninjutsu, bukijutsu, and more. However, their true strength lies in their ability to fight in coordination. They can combine their efforts to attack and defend, making the variety of techniques they display even more diverse. Puppet number 1 has the appearance of a demon with a pair of horns on its head. Although it has no weapons or hidden mechanisms, it possesses enormous hands with great strength. Chiyo uses it to push back attackers. This puppet always stays close to Chiyo to protect her when she controls the other puppets. Puppet number 2 has a face that somewhat resembles a horse. It has huge hands and powerful taijutsu skills. In the anime, this puppet can extend its arms to create a cage to trap an enemy, then shoot 4 small bombs from its mouth. Though the explosions are small, they are very precise, dealing significant damage without destroying the cage. Puppet number 3 can open part of its face to reveal a rotating ball with 4 large chakra blades, resembling a fan. These chakra blades spin extremely fast and are used to damage the enemy. However, its true power is best realized when combined with puppet number 4, the puppet with black hair. The hands of this puppet can connect to the hands of puppet number 3, allowing it to throw puppet number 3 and use the chakra blades to quickly slice through multiple targets. However, if either of them is destroyed, the other becomes vulnerable. Puppet number 5 is a bald puppet with large holes on its head. Its hidden weapon is long cables coiled inside its head, which can pierce through many enemies at once. With a very long reach, it can attack targets from a distance without getting close. Now, let's move on to the 3 puppets in this collection that can use ninjutsu. Each of these 3 puppets has a character from the Buddhist teachings, Buddha, law, and monk, inside their mouths. When they combine, they are capable of performing the 3 jewels suction crushing technique. When this jutsu is activated, a powerful whirlwind appears, sucking everything into the center of the triangle. Anything pulled into the center is crushed with immense force and then shot out from the back. Although this technique is very powerful, it can become overloaded if too many objects are sucked in at once. And the fact that the 3 puppets must remain still makes them vulnerable to attacks. Puppet number 9 is designed to resemble a woman with red hair tied into a bun. It wields 2 large swords, capable of easily slicing enemies in half, though the size of the weapons reduces the puppet's agility. This is one of the primary attacking puppets in the collection. Puppet number 10 has 1 eye and the ability to shoot a sphere from its mouth to perform the sealing technique, lion closing roar. This technique completely blocks the chakra flow of the target by using a sealing formula drawn on a flat surface. When the target is sealed, all of their tenketsu points are closed, preventing them from using chakra. Overall, each puppet has its own unique characteristics and abilities, but when combined, they become a force with tremendous destructive power. Chiyo used the lion-headed cannon tool to carry out this technique. This tool initially starts as a small ball, but when thrown by Sakura, it transforms into a large lion head, tightly holding Sasori. 100 Puppet Army. This is the army Sasori used to destroy an entire country. During the battle, Sasori took a summoning scroll from his back. He then opened the compartment in his right chest and released 100 chakra threads, extending them into the scroll. From the scroll, more than 100 puppets wearing red cloaks appeared. Normally, even the best puppet masters can only control up to 10 puppets at once, with each finger controlling one. This technique is proof of Sasori's superiority in using the puppet technique. The major difference here is the ability to control directly from Sasori's core, eliminating any delay between his will and the actions of the puppets. The puppets, of course, are all equipped with weapons, all kinds of weapons, any weapon you can think of. However, they have almost no ability to cooperate with each other and fight like individual beings. This makes them easy to defeat. However, they were still able to destroy a few of Chiyo's puppets in the White Secret technique, 10-man killing machine. They were enough to overwhelm the opponent with their sheer numbers and overwhelming pressure. As the number of puppets decreased, they didn't lose their danger. On the contrary, this allowed Sasori to focus on controlling the remaining puppets more effectively. Haruno Sakura. In this battle, perhaps the strongest puppet was actually Sakura. That's right, there was a time when Chiyo connected her chakra threads to Sakura, turning her into a living puppet. But the difference is that Sakura wasn't just a controlled tool. She had consciousness, thinking, and still had the ability to act freely without being completely dependent on the puppet master. This was a creative strategy used to bridge the gap in battle experience between Sakura and Sasori. Sasori, with his exceptional puppet control skills and the third kazekage puppet, was a formidable opponent. However, the combination of Chiyo's extensive battle experience and Sakura's physical strength and combat instincts created an unexpected balance. Sakura was the most versatile puppet, and Sakura was very smart. She was able to come up with a strategy to bait the third kazekage puppet closer and deliver a punch that destroyed it, thus neutralizing its iron sand ability. Well, it's no surprise that the battle between Sasori, Sakura, and Chiyo is considered one of the most epic fights in the series. I highly recommend everyone watch the anime. Automatic puppets. Automatic puppets are a type of puppet that can function on their own after being provided with a portion of chakra, without the need for continuous control from the user. The first known automatic puppets were used by the Otsutsuki clan. Later, the shinobi world developed their own automatic puppets through the use of ninja science tools. Unlike regular puppets, these puppets can withstand most damage that would normally destroy a standard puppet, and they only stop functioning when they overheat or are completely destroyed. Tonari Otsutsuki used these puppets as personal servants or in battle, and they acted according to his thoughts. These puppets demonstrated their superiority by overpowering Hayashi Hyuga, the leader of the Hyuga clan. The Kara organization was the first to create automatic puppets using modern technology. They were used to protect the vessel of Ishiki Otsutsuki during transport. Equipped with ninja science tools, these puppets could continuously spew fire until they overheated. These puppets were powerful enough to challenge Jonin-level shinobi. Alright, that's all for this episode. If you want me to make a video about any other topic or a specific character, just leave a comment below.